video. I've been traveling a lot and moving, and lots of things have been up in the air and changing. But I wanted to throw together a quick This Week in Art video, get you informed on some of the things happening in the art world this week, and do so really quickly because I'm losing light because of daylight savings time. The sun sets at like 3 p.m. All right, story number 1, the art market. Are you serious? You may have heard already, David Hockney set the record for the highest price paid for a work by a living artist, which, like, in some respects is cool because obviously we want to be paying living artists, but also the art market's such a mess that who knows how much of that money he even sees. And also it's just absurd. It's just absolutely absurd. Let me get a figure for you. So David Hockney's Portrait of an Artist pool with 2 figures. You may remember the BoJack Horseman version. So this painting, it's a good painting. I actually really like this painting, and I really like Hockney. It sold for $90,312,500. I have no idea how to even fathom that much money. It is absurd. It's absolutely absurd. That's almost $100 million for a painting. Like, the previous record was set by Jeff Koons' Balloon Dog, so at least, you know, we took that away from him. But I mean, if you've listened to the podcast, if you've watched our art market video, which will be linked down below for you, you kind of know how the art history babes feel about the art market. It is a giant mess and like a scam, and I hate it. I hate it so much. And we're not the only people who feel that way. In fact, I want to read Jerry Salt's posted on Instagram right after this happened, and he just like summed it up in like 5 points really perfectly. Number 1, just want to lay down a little truth. Number 2, Hockney is good. I like Hockney. Fine by me. Hockney is good. Number 3, the fact that after last night's Christie's auction, this picture was sold for about $100 million should tell you how fucking far off and stupid the art market now is. Number 4, the market only buys what other people in the market have already bought. It is nothing but a non-thinking, non-loving, self-replication organism. Number 5, the market is 55 people cashing in, the rest are rubes and marks. Number 6, don't ever let anyone tell you any different. Number 8, a miracle post made on a plane on Wi-Fi over New Jersey on the way to LA Vulture Festival. I am a tech god. There are no gods greater than I. I think Jerry Saltz sums that up pretty perfectly and sums up what I think a lot of people in the art world, in art criticism, in art history feel about the current state of the art market. There's supposed to be this new HBO documentary about the art market that I haven't had a chance to check out yet because I don't have HBO, but it's definitely on the list, and maybe we'll do some type of episode or video on it, but it's supposed to kind of just like tear down the art market and explain all the bullshit, basically, that goes on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, do you think this painting is worth that much money? Do you think anything is worth that much money? How do you feel about Hockney? All that stuff. All right. Story number 2. Arthur Brand, the Indiana Jones of the art world, found a really important mosaic. A 1600-year-old Byzantine mosaic depicting Saint Mark was discovered literally just hours ago. Brand found it in the possession of a British family. Apparently they have had it for like 40 years, like 4 decades, and obviously had no idea it was stolen. They were, I think, shocked and appalled or something is what the article said, and were willing to return it. This mosaic was one of a set removed from the Panagia Kanakaria Church, which was looted in the 1970s during the Turkish invasion. And as of a few hours ago, it was returned to its home in Cyprus. This dude has recovered a lot of important works. He's recovered some World War II era works that were stolen, and if you know anything about that time period, like, it was a crazy time for art theft, and there's just a lot of interesting stories surrounding art theft in World War II, the Monuments Men, those kinds of things. So he has been responsible for recovering some important works from that era, and he's also recovered some other stolen high-profile works. So if you are the type that is into like art detective-y, mystery type stuff, look into this guy, look into his work, because you know he's out there recovering treasures, Indiana Jones style. Story number 3. Space art. On Monday, something very exciting is going to happen. So actually probably when this video goes live, it's going to go live on Monday. Artist Trevor Paglen and the Nevada Museum of Art will launch a satellite called Orbital Reflector into space. Obviously, we launch satellites into space all the time. What's the big deal? Well, this satellite was designed strictly for art purposes. It was designed to be the first satellite to exist purely as an art object. Art for art's sake. According to Amanda Horn of the Nevada Museum of Art, it's a diamond-shaped balloon that will reflect sunlight, and it will appear as bright as a star in the Big Dipper. So it will be visible by the naked eye, which is pretty cool, and you can track it on their website. If you're into astronomy or space or any, like, the intersections of science and art, or just kind of like a space nerd, this is just fun and exciting. Like I'm excited to try and find it in the sky. It will orbit the Earth several times a day for the upcoming months, and then it will descend and burn up into space dust. So this work is meant to be a conversation piece. The artist wants to instigate conversation about space travel, objects in space, what is allowed in space, like what are we doing putting stuff in space? Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Comment down below. Tell me if you're gonna like look for it, check it out. If the concept of this artwork like evokes anything within you, comment down below. I know personally, yeah, it just seems really exciting, and like I instantly had this weird feeling because like, you know, there's been a lot of like research and articles about like space garbage and like space debris and how much shit is like up in our atmosphere and up in space that we put out there. So then you're like, oh, putting something up there for no reason, I don't know about that. But at the same time, art doesn't always serve a purpose other than just being art. And so like if you think about it in those terms, like then you're negating the purpose of art, which obviously I don't believe in. So I don't know. I went through like a whole process in reading this article of, is this like an environmental concern, or should we be putting our art up in space because there's more room up there? I don't know. And the idea of having like artistic expression outside of our actual world, outside of the Earth, is pretty dope and interesting. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. Finally, I just want to mention a really incredible hyperallergic article called Pseudoarchaeology and the Racism Behind Ancient Aliens by Sarah E. Bond. It's linked down below for you. It's a phenomenal article. It is so well written and so well researched, and basically breaks down how ancient aliens theory totally dismisses the engineering and innovative capabilities of ancient civilizations, and this most often tends to play out in relation to non-white, non-Western civilizations. That's a problem, obviously. Sorry, History Channel, Ancient Aliens. What's that guy's name? The one with the crazy hair? Giorgio A. Tsoukalos. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he's Mr. Ancient Aliens. It's just fundamentally important to the way we look at art and the engineering of ancient civilizations, and it's something we should be thinking about all the time if we want to really look at and examine work of ancient peoples. So I'm not going to say any more on it because, you know, I haven't done the research. It's not really my place to, but it's just so good. Please read it. Please read it. Let me know if you have any other good resources relating to this idea and the study of just ancient civilizations in the comments down below. All right, that's all I got for you this week. No meme this week. I just didn't have time to find one, but I'm gonna try and get back in the habit of doing weekly art news videos for you guys. They're really fun. I really like doing these, and like I explained before, it's a way for me to keep up with what's going on in the contemporary art world because I don't really do a good enough job of that sometimes. Be sure to check out some of our other videos. We have some new vlogs. We just did a 3 books video on 3 books about FRIDA KAHLO, so that's a good one. Check that out. Check out the podcast if you have not. We're always hammering out that content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if there are any videos you'd like to see from me on this channel, and I will catch y'all next time.